Hi everyone, today I'll be doing a more broad video discussing Warren Buffett's top 10 tips for success. I like the alliteration, top 10 tips. I'll talk about how Canadians can apply his advice and if I'm following his advice. Mostly I'm not. I think he'll hate everything I'm doing and he'll probably advise against it. For those of you who don't know, Warren Buffett is 175 years old and the second best trader of all time right after Nance Pants. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel for the short intro. Rule or tip number one, don't lose money. And then tip number two, don't forget tip number one. Okay, that's a joke. It sounds simple, but it's obviously pretty difficult. The idea here is to make a profit and to avoid a loss, but I'm assuming he means investing. When investing, try to avoid a loss first. So avoid the penny stocks, avoid doing a YOLO on crypto, and then focus on stocks that have more of a guaranteed upside rather than a higher upside. This changes people's mindset from looking at the stock market as a slot machine, which it's obviously not. Tip number two, fearful when greedy, greedy when fearful. You've probably heard this before. Yeah, but what does it mean? When stocks are booming, the market is up 10%, then 20% in a year, I would be afraid. In 2024, stock market went up 25%, I believe. So I would do what Warren Buffett did recently and try to hold more cash in anticipation of a drop, which did happen. I think the S&P 500 went from 610 to 480, which is when you should have bought in. When stocks are dropping, that's when you should be greedy and you should go shopping. Buy everything and buy everything at a discount. And what I mean by everything, I mean buy ETFs like the S&P 500. While others are panicking, you should be preparing. Number three, the stock market is a device for transferring wealth from the impatient to the patient. Buffett's wealth didn't start to skyrocket until after the age of 50, which is impressive because he's 250 years old now. The Canadian angle to this is to use your TFSA to buy and hold ETFs for the long term. Avoid day trading or trying to time the market or try to time the bottom. Number four, never invest in a business you can't understand. It's good to avoid complexity. If you can't explain what a business does in one or two sentences, it's probably best to avoid it. Maybe stick to banks, index funds, and utilities. I don't care if it sounds boring, it's smart. To be transparent, I don't do this. I suffer from FOMO. I got into crypto in 2014 or 2015. I didn't understand it, but I wanted to be a part of it regardless of the increase or decrease. In hindsight, it worked, but it was a bad idea with a good outcome. Number five, diversification is protection against ignorance. Chances are you're not an expert stock picker, neither are your friends, neither are your parents or your colleagues at work. Let others do the work for you. Pick an ETF like VEQT or VGROW or VBAL, throw it in your TFSA or RRSP, pay low fees, and get global exposure with global returns. Number six, my favorite holding period is forever. Buy and hold is the ultimate strategy, even when it comes to real estate as well. Flipping real estate, you have the realtor fees, you have land transfer tax, you have the lawyer fees, and all the little fees that come in between, like getting an appraisal or getting an inspection. Buy and hold is the ultimate strategy. I keep telling my friends this. People keep asking me when I should sell. Hey, my stocks are up, should I sell? The first answer is, I don't know. And the second answer is no, don't sell. And then I'll ask, what are you going to do with the money? And they'll say, oh, I just go buy back into the stock. Well, then don't sell. For a Canadian angle, let's say buy Enbridge, buy Fortis, buy Royal Bank, and don't sell every time there's a 5% dip. Actually, don't do this. I like trading. It's fun. I think I'm good at it, but also don't listen to me. Number seven, the best investment you can make is in yourself. This is probably the only rule I follow, actually. I spend a lot of time reading and researching. For my options trading, I pay to join courses and trading channels to see if I can learn something new or something that I want to avoid. I recommend Canadians spend time to learn about tax, spend time to learn about real estate and investing in your RSP or TFSA and which one's better. I actually have a Canadian finance course specifically designed for beginners. We talk about budgeting, finance, investing, and real estate. I'll leave a link if you're interested. Self-education is the highest return on investment. Number eight, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. All right, this is another one I follow. Multiple streams of income are important. Building passive income takes years. It takes a long time to build income streams that can replace your main job, but start early and start now. Spend the time. You can invest in dividend stocks or even covered call ETFs like ZWC. You can get rental property, you can throw a REIT investment into your TFSA and start building tax-free passive income. Now, in 20 years, you'll be happy you did. Number 9, we're getting close to the end. This is going by faster than I thought. I thought I had a 10-minute video here. Time is a friend of the wonderful business and the enemy of a mediocre one. So invest in businesses that get better over time, not ones that depend on hype. Think of a dividend stock like Fortis or an ETF like VFV. They compound quietly while others chase headlines. Let's say like Tesla, even though Tesla has good returns and I've made a lot of money on Tesla, but if you bought at the peak and then someone sends a tweet that tanks the market, tanks the stock 15%, let's not get into it. Let's get into number 10. It's far better to buy a wonderful company at a fair price than a fair company at a wonderful price. So I'm trying to interpret what he means by this. So let's say he likes Apple stock. He owns like $18 billion in Apple stock. Apple is valued at $3 trillion right now, but people were saying Apple was overvalued at $1 trillion. Apple is a wonderful company and $1 trillion wasn't a wonderful price. You should still invest in great companies even if they aren't on sale. The time for a sale or the time when you think it's a decent price might never come. If it's a great company, buy it and hold for the long term. I think that's it for this video. This went by a lot faster. Maybe next time I should do like 15 or 20 tips just to make like a 10-minute video. It's a little bit of a change from my normally purely Canadian content. Let me know if you have any questions or any video ideas. Thanks for watching and tune into the next one.